then we got some trouble. So speaking of trouble, right now, I hope Aiden Prueter's okay, because right now it looks like he's in bed.
Yeah. Sorry I'm late, guys.
That's okay, buddy. That's okay. Everything good in your world? I'm hoping that you're all right. You're not in a hospital bed. This is what is going on right here right now? Can you tell the people what you're doing? Oh, I think a microphone might be blocked. That might be a blanket or something like that, maybe on there. It's just muffled, so it could be.
There you
All
go.
right.
Try that again.
Yeah, it seems to be muffled somehow, and maybe it's your. This is.
Aiden, talk to us.
There you
Yes,
go. Try that. There you go.
There you go.
That's better.
Okay.
There you go. Because you are all ready and primed for. Oh my God! Don't look now, but they're actually going to have an OHL season that must have been brutal waiting for this to happen.
Yeah, it was definitely a long 18 months. And then we kept getting some false hope that, November we're gonna go, or February we're gonna go, but this year we're for sure going. All the boys are here and we're ready to have a great year.
Aiden, how did you spend the last year when you really weren't able to play any OHL hockey? I know there was a lot of training and so forth, but man, I could imagine what you guys went through, and anybody in your position here in Ontario went through. But what was your daily schedule like, trying to keep yourself ready and not, turn into a dad bod, right?
Yeah, exactly. It definitely was tough, mentally and physically draining. You had to try to take it like month by month or week by week to just kind of stay motivated, because it is tough working out alone for 18 months and trying to stay in that top game shape that you have to be in. So for me personally, it was a lot of just like kind of like swimming laps or going on bike rides or trying to do other stuff that still kind of was conditioning or working out, but try to just change it up rather than just being in the gym every single day for an hour, even kind of get out of there. So like either go to the beach, run on the beach, or do hill climbs or stuff like that. So a daily routine for me would be wake up, have breakfast, go to the rink and skate when it was open and I was able to, come back, work out, and then go for a bike ride or a swim or something in nighttime, and then shoot pucks in my basement. So that was kind of a day that I was doing for the past 18 months.
And that's tough, because you go on that cycle of that. And one of the reasons you play the sport that you do is because you get to hit somebody. And people sometimes don't understand. They think it sounds barbaric, but the wiring, the reason why guys like yourself and Dave and myself is you like the contact and that crack of the hard plastic. Like I always talk about in football, there is something that you enjoy about it. It's why you play. It's why you're not playing tennis. It's why you're not swimming for a career. And when you don't get to do that, because you can't do that against guys you're playing pickup or in that time where they're, you had to have spacing and so on, it's not the same. So you can be as fit as you want. You can work on your core all you want and swim as many miles as you want. But for yourself, Aiden, as you know, at some point you got to get out there and compete, which means you got to hit somebody, and you weren't able to do that for like basically over a year.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, you can work out as hard as you want, but nothing compares to being in game shape and getting hit or giving hits or back checking or chasing down the puck. I mean, it's just so tough to match that conditioning level to be game speed.
So I got to think then for everyone involved in the O and any other of the CHL, I'd have to think in the first couple of games and when this is starting out that the hitting at first I think was a little tentative. I think talking to your head coach that, guys, because you're just not sure. It's just weird to all of a sudden be out there. But I think at some point this could be a pretty physical year, I think, of the OHL.
Yeah, I think definitely. We've got a lot of new guys in this league now because of the pandemic and the time off, and so you got a lot of guys still trying to feel it out and get comfortable and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen when everyone becomes comfortable with the league and they get a couple games in their belt. Yeah, it definitely could become quite physical.
So your role with the team, you're obviously one of the veterans on the club now. They're looking at you because of your past OHL experience. What does it feel like to be one of the leaders in the dressing room now that you're days away from entering this OHL season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's my last season, so I want to try to be a leader for the young guys here and have as much fun off the ice as we do on the ice and win games. But no, yeah, definitely in the room, just trying to help the younger guys just kind of get their feet under themselves. Because I remember when I was 15, it's tough to play in this league at 15, 16. It's mentally and physically draining. So just kind of being there for the guys and any questions they have or after practice is done, if we want to do movie night as a team or stuff just to get them kind of involved or team baseball, because I do remember being a young guy and it is pretty intimidating when all the older guys are hanging out and you're just kind of at your billet house and you've got nothing to do. So just trying to include all the guys this year and really get us as close as we can, because that'll truly help on the ice.
Yeah. And you've always had, and certainly the last incarnation of this team, you guys were pretty close. Like it was a very close knit team. It has been for the most part when we've been talking to you guys. Now, when you're saying when you were off, like, so were you back home in London? Were you in London?
For what?
When the season, like when you were waiting to get the season on, you were back because that's your home, is it not? You were a London guy, right?
Just outside of London in Camoka, Ontario, but yeah, London.
Do you ever cruise in London and like go to the Seeps and Joe Cool's and you ever? No,
we can't talk about that on here.
Of course. All that clean living that you do just outside of town. Yeah, okay. I forgot about that part. Well, look, best of luck to you. We're really excited to actually see you guys get out there and play. And I know how tough it has been. I think emotionally, when you're a young person, I mean, this is your time. This is your moment. And I think when it kind of starts to leak away like that, I would think that not only do you go through a tough time emotionally, but I would think your parents and all the parents kind of got concerned a little bit for their children, because they know that they're not being able to do what they've worked their whole life and sacrificed and worked for, that they're sitting at home. I think that might have been tough on the parents too.
Oh, definitely. Billet parents had a factor in this. Like my billet brothers wanted me back, and I mean, everyone got affected in some way or another from this. It's got to be tough for the parents and billets, just kind of trying to get back in that routine again. Like they've been off for 18 months. So now that I'm back in my billet house and I'm always asking to have the guys over, I'm sure that's a little different for my billet mom than 18 months and no one's coming over type of thing. So the billets and the parents, they're there to support you, and they want to see you do what you love. And so it's definitely tough on them when we weren't able to get out there.
Yeah, well, we're very much looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Aiden, for joining us here this morning. We'll catch up with you real soon, and good luck with the season, because I know it's going to be a good one.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks,
Aiden Prueter joining us here this morning, of course, talking Mississauga Steelheads. The season not that far away, but it is a season that they have waited a long time to get underway. My God, that's been a long time.